I used to break in the ammo and take out running like the game of Temple. It's simple, I play with a mantle. Mama said she saw me on Jimmy Kimmel. Canada, cause I'm a money symbol, walking with me.
So starting out with primer, I'm using this one by Kiko, and it's meant to be a mattifying primer. It's meant to like stop shine and stuff, which I really need because I have oily skin. But to be honest, I wouldn't recommend it. This is my first time using it. It really didn't stop me getting oily at all. If you guys have tried any mattifying primers that you personally like, then please let me know. For foundation, I went with my personal favourite, which is NARS Sheer Glow. I feel like I wear this constantly. I start off in the centre of my face because that's where I need the most coverage, especially today because I am having a breakout, as you guys can kind of see. And then I just work it out towards my jaw. My forehead is literally the darkest part on my entire body, so it is a little bit light on my forehead, but I just bronze it back up with bronzer afterwards. I just find this way easier than using a darker shade and having to blend it all the way down my neck. And I've also been loving these little sponges at the moment. They're so much easier to clean than beauty blenders. For concealer, I used one by NYX, and I love this one because it is so yellow toned, which means it's really brightening. So I put that underneath my eyes to hide my bags because I have really bad bags at the moment too. My skin in general, I think, is just like, it's having a moment right now. It really is. Put that underneath my eyes, and then I blend that out with the same sponge I use for my foundation. Okay, moving on to the eyes. I only use one product for this whole look, and it is this shadow stick by Kiko in the shade 44. And this blue is so on trend at the moment, but I personally think of Sonic straight away when I see this like electric blue, so I'm dedicating this look to him, okay, the main guy, the trendsetter. So what I did was I applied this all over my lid, making sure I didn't go above my crease, and then I just winged it out, which I'm going to be honest was pretty hard because this isn't very sharp. It's quite like a large pencil, if that makes sense. So I wasn't able to get a really sharp edge the way I wanted to, but once I blended it in, I think it looks okay, but I did need that like blending in the crease to make it look that little bit neater, if that makes sense. So literally that's all I did was I winged it out, I blended it in, I went in with the color a little bit more to intensify it, and then I had to match it on the other side, which took me a good like 25 minutes. But I love the look of this. It screams like runway and high fashion. I actually remember wearing my eyeshadow like this for a fashion show once, so I feel like it's super on trend. Then I just curled my eyelashes and I decided on what mascara I wanted to use. Today I went with this one by Ico, and this is their Lash Alert. I think it's waterproof as well, and it just gives a really nice curled, fluttered look to your lashes. So I applied that on my top and bottom. If you wanted to make this look a little bit more evening appropriate, I would definitely recommend to apply a little bit of like dark brown shadow on the lower lash. I think that would look really cool. But I just wanted to keep this very daytime, if you know what I mean. For contour, I used this one by Nip and Fab, and I used a really grey shade just to carve out my cheekbones a little bit and to also add the colour back into my forehead. Then I also contoured my nose as well. I've been obsessed with nose contour lately. I personally just think it makes such a difference, and you guys know my hang up with my nose, so it really helps to just like slim it down a bit. Always make sure that I use a fluffier brush afterwards to make sure it's really blended in and not too harsh. Nose contour that's too harsh just completely ruins your makeup. I just like to make sure that it's really blended in. For bronzer, I went with this one by Soap and Glory, and number one, the name is just so cute. Peach Party Apricot Jam is just like the cutest name in the world, so it adds a really nice glow to your skin. It could also be classed as blush for some people, I feel like, depending on your skin tone. Just took the banana powder in the Nip and Fab palette that I used to contour with, and I just put that anywhere where I start to get shiny and just baked my face while I was doing my highlight. For highlighter, I use this palette by Huda Beauty and it is Golden Sand. I use the shade Seychelles. This is a gorgeous, really gold, shimmery color. I wanted a highlighter that was literally like pure gold that would really complement the blue in the eyes. It's a really nice highlight. If you haven't tried any of her palettes, I really recommend them. And then lastly for lips, I used a combo. So the first one is Cappuccino by Smashbox, which is a really nice nude. I prefer it more in the winter, but now that I have a slight tan, it does wash me out a tiny bit. So what I like to do is add Taupe by MAC, which is my all-time favorite nude like in the world, and just dab that over the top so it suits my skin tone a little bit more. This is the finished look. I really hope you guys enjoyed this. I feel like it complements brown eyes really nicely. There is also a giveaway in this video, so make sure you check the description on how you can enter and also what I'll be giving away. My Instagram and Snapchat is also down below if you'd like to follow me there. But I love you guys so much and I will see you in my next video.